It was in February 2011, and Rabbi Yotav Eliach was leading a trip to Israel for a group of 50 American high school students. The last stop of the trip, right before they went to the airport, was the cemetery in Har Herzl. As you can imagine, walking through the cemetery and looking at the graves of the young soldiers who gave up their lives and hearing their heroic stories can be a very emotional and moving experience.
The most difficult place for me to visit is Har Herzl, because instead of the young burying the old are burying the young.
So as Rabbi Eliach is explaining to the students the sacrifice that these children, these young soldiers and their families have made, he suddenly sees, just a few feet away from him, there's an elderly couple crying over a grave.
Suddenly, everything I've been describing, what it means to parents and families, it's right there. We see a mother and a man. I said, it's very clear, this is Abba and Ima coming to visit a kever.
He sees that on the tombstone, there's a picture of a young Israeli soldier. His name was Erez Deri.
One of us leaned over and asked her, "Sarpi lanu ktsat al haben shelach?"
Mrs. Deri starts telling them how Erez was a paratrooper and was tragically killed in 2006.
You see the kids' faces. Everybody's in pain. Everybody realizes, as much as they can at that age, what this meant to them.
Then she tells them something that left them speechless.
She goes, "Last night I had a dream."
ארז בא אליי, והוא אמר, לא זכיתם להכניס אותי לחופה, אבל אני הייתי מאוד רוצה שתכניסו ספר תורה על שמי. להכניס ספר תורה זה כאילו להכניס אותי לחופה.
And here's the spookiest part. He says, "Go to Har Herzl." In the dream, יש אנשים טובים שם.
יבואו אנשים טובים שהם יעזרו לך להכניס ספר תורה.
Something about this woman just sparked a connection with us, and we as a cohort decided to take this project on to fundraise for Sefer Torah to dedicate in memory of her son.
One of us leaned over and said, "Shana haba, אנחנו חוזרים. We're coming back with a Sefer Torah just like you dreamed."
When this was a group of secular kids and religious kids, kids from day schools and kids from public schools, it was bizarre, but we were sort of possessed by this need to do it.
The next year, in February 2012, they came back with a brand new Sefer Torah, and they went to Ma'ale Adumim, and they wrote the last letters of the Sefer Torah in Erez's room.
His uniform is hanging pressed against the wall. On his desk, we had the Sefer Torah open, and we're there to write the last two otiyot.
אני ממש בכיתי, אני מאוד התרגשתי, מאוד, כאילו זה באמת, עם ישראל איתנו.
You can feel the excitement in the air. When they closed it up and they started walking down into the street, people started dancing. You had Chilonim, Datiyim, Ashkenazim, Sfaradim.
You looked up on all the porches. There were people dancing on porches. Every type of Jew you can imagine was involved in this. From those who gave the money, to those who were in Ride-On, from the sofer, to the band who played, to the two chief rabbis of Ma'ale Adumim, to the policeman who was standing in the streets to keep everybody quiet. I'm sure everybody will never forget that day. Am Yisrael was there.
When I first heard the story, it made me feel so proud to be part of the Jewish family. Just knowing that Jews can meet anywhere in the world, whether it's in a cemetery in Israel or in an airport in Beijing, China, it doesn't matter where. There's an immediate, natural, warm feeling of connection, regardless of how different we look on the outside.
גם שהוא נמצא במקומות, עולמות רחוקים, כמו ארצות הברית, אין, הלב היהודי הוא לב אחד.
כל ישראל כן ערבים זה לזה. It's one guf, it's one neshama.